Hey everybody, Sean Holsinger here from HolsingersFlyShop.com. Bringing another fly time video today. A Nymph pattern. I haven't tied any Euro patterns for a while. I thought I'd bring one out. And this is a Euro Nymph style fly, quill body. It's soft hackle, all that thrown together to make soft hackle quill body. Really nice, just a simple tie using your CDC Swiss clamp, and you know, it's easy. You'll have fun with it and you'll catch fish. Mix up your colors, yellows, browns, blacks, orange, greens, whatever color you like. Mix up your colors on it, and you know, it'll catch fish. It's made to catch fish because it's thin. It'll shoot right to the bottom like a rock. So have fun with it, and it's got those CDC fibers, going to make it really buggy looking. Have fun. Here you see it in the vise and the material list to tie it. Okay, here you see the soft hackle quill body in the vise. Pretty easy one to tie, great looking fly. Here's how it's going to ride in the water. And let's get into tying it. So what we're using for a hook, we are going to use a size 14 Holsinger's Fly Shop jig hook. And I got to get one out here. The bead I'm using is a black nickel. This is a Firehole slotted bead. This is 3.0 millimeter, and it's a great, I can't say enough about these Firehole beads. They just have a really nice tight slot in the back. You can see you don't get a lot of wiggle room there on them, and they just fit the hooks nice. So next thing I'm going to put on is some fluorescent orange 140 denier thread, and I'm just going to start it on here. And then we're going to wrap it up to the back of that bead, and I'm going to push that bead up there and make a couple of wraps just to hold that in place. Now, next thing I'm going to use is some strip peacock quills. This one, Polish quills. This one is natural. You can use whatever color you like here. And they come with, one end has the peacock curl still left on it. So that's usually where I cut it off. And it's pretty thin up there, so I'm going to wrap some of that back down here. And I'm just going to wrap this back to the bend, right to where the bend starts. And then I'm going to cover it back up. Okay, now I want this to be thin, but I also want it to be a little bit tapered, like you see there. Just a slight taper to it. Then I'm going to take my hackle pliers, and I'm going to put my hackle pliers on the back of this piece of quill. And we're going to wrap this up the hook. Now, the first wrap you got to be kind of careful with. You want to be pretty light with it. Don't hit your hook. And then we're just going to wrap this forward. And as I wrap it, I'm going to leave a space in between. And keep it nice and even. Alright, there you see that's looking really nice. And just going to get it up to the bead and we'll tie it off. Put about, whoops, got a little anxious there. Alright. Now I'm just going to tie this off, or cut this off I mean. And then the last part, I'm going to take a CDC feather. This one is wood duck. And I'm going to take and I'm going to strip the feathers back so they stand straight up and down on it. Then I'm going to lay it down on my vise, and I'm going to take a little bit of red squirrel nymph thorax dubbing. Doesn't take much here. You're going to see I want it really thin. I want it spread out like that, and I want it just the length of that feather. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay it right on top of that feather. You can see the fibers going through it there. And I'm going to put this in my Swiss clamp, my Swiss CDC clamp. And this is going to make the hackle on it. Okay, you can see it in the clamp right there. And now I'm just going to cut right along this stem. Now, putting these both together, it's going to make a really nice dubbing loop with that fiber, with the fibers of the CDC, and mixed in with that little bit of flashy Squirrel. And the next thing I'm going to do, I like to split my thread for this. And here's my needle. So to split my thread, I'm going to take and I'm going to rub my needle, my bodkin there, on the thread to flatten it out. And then I'm just going to stick the needle down through the middle of it. So I split the thread into two. There you can see I got two strands there. And we're just going to slide that CDC in it. And then pinch down with the thread. Okay, we got that all locked in place there. Now we're just going to put my finger right behind it. I'm going to take my bobbin and spin my bobbin. And that will twist this thread and lock all them fibers in place. The more twist you get on it, the better it'll get twisted into place there. And you can see you got a nice little dubbing brush there, made out of CDC fibers and some dubbing. So as we get it up here to the bead there, I'm just going to pull my fibers back, make sure they go towards the back, and wrap on a nice little collar. And then once I get up to the bead, I'm just going to make about 2 wet finishes here. Going to give you a little tiny hot spot collar. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull these fibers back, and I don't want any real long ones. I just want to make it look like there's a nice soft hackle there. And that is all that's to that great looking fly. Change your colors like I showed you there, and you got yourself a nice pattern. Alright guys, hope you liked that video. Pretty simple, pretty quick one. Haven't brought you a nymph pattern in a little while, so I thought I'd bring one out, and it's going to catch a fish. So I hope you liked it. Any of the material list, as always, you can find it down in the description. I got the material list there and links to our website on where you can find the material at holsingerflyshop.com. And thanks for watching, guys. You have any comments, you're looking for a guided trip in my area, you can email me at holsingerflyshop@gmail.com. And thanks for taking the time to watch my videos. As always, guys, until next week, I'm Sean Holsinger.